Alrighty, let's talk about some kind of unknown Sega Genesis Racing games. I mean, we all know about Virtual Racing and Super Monaco GP and Outrun and Super Hang-On, Road Rash. Yeah, those games get talked about a lot. So I thought we'd talk about some racing games that, are a little bit more unknown. Starting with Super Monaco GP 2. I had no idea they even made this game. By the way, there's a lot of Formula 1 racing games in this video, just to let you know. I don't know why, there seems to be a lot of Formula 1 games for the Sega Genesis. But this one seems pretty good. I like the reverse mirror there at the top, and it moves pretty fast. These cars are always getting in my way, though. Oh, yes. Come on, he says. I don't know who's talking there, but it's I like his voice. But yeah, this is a good one. It's fast, it's smooth, and I almost hit that guy standing in the middle of the road. Alright, this one's called Combat Cars, and there's a weird selection of characters here to choose from. Yeesh. As you can see, it's a top-down racer. It's a little bit slippery. As you can see, I'm sliding all over the road here. The graphics are not too bad. The point I'd like to make about this game is that it's called Combat Cars, but there wasn't a whole heck of a lot of combat, at least in that first round. And here you can select some different items for your car, from a bikini-clad shop owner, why she's wearing a bikini. I think we all know why. And here we are on another track. I guess this is like the harborside track, kind of like at a shipyard, maybe, kind of thing. But still, I mean, there's not a lot of combating going on there. I thought maybe we'd be shooting missiles at each other or something like that. I mean, maybe I just haven't gotten to that part of the game yet. But this one, this is not a bad game. I kind of liked it. Alright, here we go with another Formula 1 racing game. This one's called F1 World Championship Edition. I like that little animation there at the beginning. And this one is kind of neat because it looks like there's some 3D polygon graphics going on here. Oh. As you can see, the stadiums going by, they're kind of in 3D. And these overhangs are 3D. Kind of neat. Controls are not too bad. I kind of wish more of the game was the racing part and not that huge amount of blue at the bottom. I mean, I know the Genesis probably couldn't do a full screen like that at super fast rate, but yeah, this is a pretty decent game. Okay, this next one is called F1 World Championship by Domark, apparently. And I really like how they have the map on the top of the screen in this one. Seems like it makes a little bit more sense, but check out the graphics in this. They're pretty amazing. I love how that road kind of like goes off into the distance like that. Again, this game has kind of got some 3D polygons there on the sides, and no SVP chip is required at all. Obviously no SVP chip is required for me to crash into these cars, but come on, get out of my way. Look at those graphics on the side. That's cool seeing the stadiums going by. Oh, yikes, crashing into the side there. It's not good. But this one was fun. I like this game. Except I keep crashing into these guys. Okay, this one's called F1 Hero Megadrive. So apparently this is just a European game or maybe a Japanese game. But again, look how much of the screen is taken up by that status at the top. I mean, are they trying to say that the Genesis can't handle, full screen racing game? Of course, this might have a two-player mode, which I'm not aware of, that, maybe you're playing at the top or something like that. But I don't know, the graphics in this one are a little bit flat. Just they don't seem very alive, really. Here's one called Ferrari Grand Prix Challenge, and as you'll see, It's exactly the same as that previous game, so I guess this is maybe the American version of it. Still the same kind of boring graphics. Here's one called Fun Car Rally, which kind of reminds me of Combat Cars a little bit, you know, racing from the top-down kind of view. Living up to its name, this one's not too bad. It's kind of fun. I like sliding around the corners, that's cool. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty good. And here's Lotus Turbo Esprit Challenge, I think it's called.
Mark, set, go.
This one was a pretty popular computer game, if I remember correctly. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Let's keep saying yeehaw. That makes the game all the better when you hear somebody shouting yeehaw. There you go.
Checkpoint.
This one's not too bad. It's kind of fun. I guess I'm just racing more Lotus Turbo Esprits here. I guess that makes it fair if we're all racing in the same car. The feeling of speed in this one's not too bad. And that's it. Alright, here's Lotus 2. I think this game is way better than the first one, as you're going to see right here. Looks like we're still racing a bunch of Lotus Esprits here. That's all anybody has in this world, apparently. But here we are racing in the desert. Here we are racing in the rain. It's pretty cool. This one has more unique terrain, I think, than the previous game. Also got some pretty good European-sounding music. Reminds me of some of the chip tunes I used to hear on the Atari ST. Here's Mario Andretti Racing. This one, I don't know, it didn't really do anything for me. I think they're trying to go with a stock car racing style in this one. You know, these guys are just getting in my way. You don't really get a good sense of speed. It says I'm doing 176 miles an hour, but I feel like I'm doing like 20. Pretty clearly that the cars are sprites. I don't really care for this one. Okay, here's Micro Machines 96. Got a lot of different characters here you can select. I've always liked the Micro Machine games. I thought they were kind of cool. Except when you go into the water like that. But essentially this game is really just the same as the original Nintendo game, just better graphics. And when I say better graphics, I mean kind of slightly better, maybe? I don't know. Codemasters has a tendency to have very simplistic graphics. But this game is still a lot of fun. I really enjoy playing this particular game. I mean, if you like top-down racers, this one's definitely unique with the, you know, the Micro Machines aspect and kind of driving around different places of your home and stuff like that. The parallax scrolling there in the background is kind of cool. I wonder if they're doing that with animated tiles. Probably. Alright, here's Nigel Mansell's IndyCar Racing. Another pretty cool F1 racing game. This may be my favorite of the F1 racers. It's kind of full screen. I mean, at least the top half is, you know, all game, whereas, you know, like the bottom is the map and stuff. But it's got pretty cool polygon-looking graphics. It's fast. I would say very challenging. Sliding off the road like that. But yeah, I like that game. Okay, here's Outrun 2019, and I kind of think this game gets a bad rap. It's not really that bad of a game, especially for a, you know, completely sprite-based racing game. Kind of cool how it looks like you're above the ground there on that road. As you'll see, I just fell off the side. And here we are racing in the grasslands, I suppose. But check that out, going through that tunnel, that's so cool. Yeah, the music isn't that great, it sounds like a Gems game. Overall, it's not too bad. Like I said, I think it gets a bad rap. And here's Race Driving, which is a classic Atari arcade game. which I don't know why they tried to port to the Sega Genesis. I mean, it does an admirable job of trying to do the polygons and stuff. But this game, they tried to be as realistic as possible. I mean, for a polygon game, I remember the arcade had a sit-down cabinet and you would, you know, had feedback steering and everything, but the Genesis game, it's not that great. Alright, here's RoadBlasters. This is one of my all-time favorite racing games. And this version on the Sega Genesis is really, really good. Basically, all you have to do is just survive to the finish line. Collecting these little green pods for fuel. And these planes will come by and give you different weapons and power-ups and stuff like that. The key to doing good in this game is filling up your reservoir of gas. And you do that by destroying the enemies without missing. Because your multiplier will increase and you'll be able to get more fuel that way. See, right now I got a 7 multiplier. But if you hit these guys with just a regular shot like that, it increases your multiplier. See, now I'm up to 9. Of course, I ran out of main fuel, but that's beside the point. Alright, here's a game that I only thought was on the Super Nintendo, Rock and Roll Racing.
Let the carnage begin!
See, I don't even have to comment on this video because I got this guy talking over me.
Rip is about to blow! Rip fades into last! Ivan jams into first!
And isn't this a Ozzy Osbourne song? I don't know the name of it, but it sounds familiar.
Ivan should avoid mines! Last lap! Ivan is about to blow! Ivan fades into last! Ivan looks lost out there! Rip fades into last!
This is a good game, I like it.
Shred scores a first place knockout! Ivan
Oh, Chewbacca, that's me.
takes a weak third! Rip is in another time zone!
Alright, here's a game that's kind of a racing game, Skitchin. And as you can see, they clearly use the Road Rash engine for this game. But I spend most of my time being thrown up into the air by cars that hit me from behind. As you can see, I just keep getting hit by cars. Let me get... Okay, if I get on this side of the road, maybe it's a little safer. And, except I can't do a jump, I just keep crashing. Oh, I can't complete a jump. I'm not crazy about this game. I think I'd rather play Road Rash. Alright, here's Super Off-Road, which is a pretty popular game. I think this game has appeared on just about every platform. I mean, there was a Nintendo version, Super Nintendo version, there was an Atari Lynx version of this game. But yeah, it's a good game. They don't talk about it too much on the Genesis. Alright, here's Top Gear 2. I like this one because, again, they're using most of the screen for the actual game itself. Oh, hitting those barricades. Why are there barricades in the middle of the road like that? That's stupid. I like the little call-outs there on the car. Ouch. That's funny. Oh, ow. Oh, that was a bad flip. Alright, here's Turbo Outrun. Again, another game I feel kind of gets a bad rap. It's not really that bad. The graphics are a little bit flat, kinda, but overall, as a racing game, it's not a bad game. It's got some nice different graphics there in the background. Every time you go to a checkpoint, you hit a different background. I didn't know Indianapolis was all red like that in the sky. Alright, here's a game that's not technically a racing game, but it has a racing game element. It's called Technocop, one of the earliest Sega Genesis games. I'm apparently driving in a Lamborghini Countach, shooting guys. It's got a pretty decent racing game engine. But then you get to this part where you're going into the buildings and shooting guys and they're just turning into big blobs of blood. Alright, well there you go. There's some Sega Genesis racing games that I don't think get a lot of recognition, so maybe you saw something in this list that you'd be interested in playing. If I missed any racing games, please let me know down in the comments. Thank you all for watching, take care, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye everybody.